Yeah, absolutely. Is there something that you used to do like on the early days, maybe in your training or in your career that you were doing, you're like, this is the best thing for me. And then later you looked at yourself and you're like, why in the world would I do that?
Yeah, I think I used to overtrain. And I think that this is a huge thing that happens for most endurance athletes. Like, I don't think that endurance athletes, even at the elite level, need to train as many hours as they think. And whenever now that you can like see if people are uploading their workouts on like Strava or whatever, people see other people, doing 15 hours a week, 20 hours a week, 25 hours a week, and then they think that they need to do that too. And there are certain times where you do need to do bigger volume, but generally, I think that people don't need to train quite as many hours as they're doing. And I train less hours than I used to. And I actually got faster when I started doing that. And I had people sending me messages like, hey, how come you don't train like as much as some of the other people? And it's not about quantity, it's about quality of the training. Some people actually do have the bandwidth it's about stress and recovery. So like if you can recover from those efforts and you have the time and you also find the joy in putting in those types of hours, then that's great. But most people don't have the bandwidth in their lives. They have other things going on in their life, or maybe just from a physiological perspective, they can't recover from that type of thing. So that's actually going to make you slower if you can't recover. But a lot of times it's like, if I'm doing lots of hours, then I'm a good athlete, I'm a good person. And that's not going to really be the right gauge of that. But a lot of times we feel that way.
Oh, for sure. And I think it also comes with the glorification of, I guess, the hustle culture, or like, I work 100-hour weeks. Like I forgot to sleep for
Yeah.
3 days. Like I think it's comes down to like comparing yourself to other people, especially as an athlete, because if you've been training for a year and you're comparing yourself to someone who's been training for 10 years, it's like you're literally setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, there's a quote I like. It's don't compare your start to someone else's middle. But I also would say don't compare your middle to somebody else's middle because you have no idea where they came from, what they've done their entire life leading up to that. Like, just do your best and focus on you and focus on making yourself happy. And somebody else's success shouldn't take away from your own happiness. Um, but comparison is tough. It's right in front of our faces every single second of every single day. And I think just being aware when you're comparing yourself and then noticing how you feel is a good step just to realize it. Because nobody is immune to that. All of us are going to do it, but the awareness around it and knowing like when to close your social media for the day, or knowing when to put yourself around people where you feel like they're going to love you no matter what, not because you're achieving something or you look a certain way, I think is a great antidote to that.
Yeah.